share portions. A lot of people aren't gonna like that. They're like, I need 10 portions. I know telling people not to eat 10 hamburgers in one sitting is controversial, but you know, that's Disney for you. You don't need to eat a giant hot dog with macaroni and another hamburger lying on top of it and just somehow suck it all down and see how you can eat it. Basically, I feel like the average person is eating 10 meals a day at Disney World. It's gonna sound harsh, but number one, you don't need to eat so much. It may be something that is shareable. Bring your own food to Disney World. I know there's been a lot of like information in the Disney news world recently about how Disney has like officially done away with their Disney dining plan, and now there's like some gimmick where like
if you buy a certain amount or you stay at a certain hotel or you buy this many tickets or that,
then you get a food gift card or something like that. I honestly never took advantage of the Disney dining plan when it did exist. I always did other things to save money when it came to food. I honestly think that the number one, the Disney dining plan, as well as the this new gimmick they had is honestly, it kind of sounds like a gimmick. I am someone who currently lives in South Florida, and when I go to Disney World, I commute from South Florida in Miami up to Orlando. And these are the tips I use to save money, but if you were coming from another place in Florida or even possibly somewhere else, maybe you were driving to Orlando from another state, you could still utilize these tips in order to save money on food, which I think is a much smarter way than taking advantage of these different gimmicks that they have. First of all, you don't need to, number one, it's gonna sound harsh, but number one, you don't need to eat so much, okay? You can buy a meal and share it with another person. A lot of the portions at Disney, depending on where you're eating and the certain location, if you do your research ahead of time, it may be something that is shareable. So you get a meal, you don't need to eat to the point of where you're gonna upchuggy. You can share that meal with another person and so that one meal now becomes two. Again, not to be harsh, but I think a lot of people go to Disney and they view the eating there kind of like the experience on a cruise ship, even though the food is not free, obviously. So it's not like a cruise ship. Okay, so they go to Disney World and basically I feel like the average person is eating 10 meals a day at Disney World. You don't need to do that. You eat 3 balanced meals and you can share meals. And this is kind of like my biggest tip, and this is how I have been saving money. And I still think that this tip is doable, even if you're coming from another place. You can bring your own food to Disney World. And it may not be enough food to keep you the entire trip, depending on how long you're planning on being there, but you certainly can bring your own food to Disney World. For example, I usually always bring my own breakfast to Disney or Universal Studios. I'll bring a package of bagels and my own cream cheese. A lot of times a resort will actually have free cream cheese or butter or jelly out, depending on the resort you're at. Bring your own bagels. That's a really good option. Bring your own bagels is a really cheap way to eat breakfast. I've never been a big breakfast person, so when I go to a theme park or I'm going on vacation, I usually bring a pack of bagels with me, and for the most part, that's pretty much been my breakfast at staying at Disney World or Universal. I've never really had to buy breakfast. I bought breakfast one time at Universal Studios because it was technically my lunch and I was eating it in the car to go back home. Bring your own snacks for during the day, so that way you don't have to, while you're at the park, end up buying a pretzel or end up buying this or end up buying that. Bring your own. You could buy granola bars. You can buy seaweed snacks. I know you're not gonna like that. You prefer the turkey leg, don't you? Bring your own snacks. You could bring your own popcorn. You could bring your own donuts. Everything that you're going to find at the resort is going to be super more expensive. Oh, bring your own yogurts. Bring your own little mini juices. You go into the frozen area of the refrigerated area of the resort, you're gonna see like little mini juices like for $3.50. It's like, isn't that like what an entire juice is? Like $4. So bring your own snacks. Bring your own popcorn. Bring your own pretzels, granola bars, different things that you could bring into the park with you that are not necessarily perishable, and also snacks that you could see yourself eating in the room. Back when I wasn't eating so healthy, I used to bring Pop-Tarts with me because it was like a nice snack and it has sugar in it. So that's an option if you want to have a treat with you on your trip. Pop-Tarts, bagels, oh my. I was even bringing my own soup, my own healthy soup, and a lot of resorts have microwaves, and I brought my own Tupperware and I was heating it up in the food court. So yeah, you can definitely get away with bringing your own breakfast. That helps a lot. Bring your own snacks. Bring your own snacks to eat in the evening. Bring your own yogurt. And like I said, it could last the entire trip depending on how long you're staying, or it could last part of the days, and that's a discount in itself. Then you're left with only lunch and dinner. So something I was doing on one of my Disney trips was and I was there for over a week. I brought my own bread and my own organic turkey slices. So I made my own sandwich to bring with me to the park, which number one saved money and it saved time because I didn't want to like necessarily try to find food and find somewhere to eat, which would have been like a huge hour-long plus journey in itself. So I brought my own sandwich, went into a corner, ate my sandwich, good to go, back out with the day. So bring your own food, depending on the amount of days you're staying. Also, bring your own water bottle. They don't sell this there, or in this size they don't. So bring your own water bottle. The refillable mug is possibly a good option. I tend to now only buy one, and I'll share it with people in my party. And just have it basically at the resort. So one becomes like I just share it in the sense of not that I'm refilling it multiple times, but that you know, I don't drink that much soda, or I don't drink that much coffee. So, you know, having one mug in the morning with some hot coffee on it to share with one or two people is honestly enough to have some sips of hot coffee. And just learn how to save money there. I feel like a lot of the gimmicks that they're telling you to take part in to save money are purely gimmicks. There are other ways to save money, and then a lot of you are going to come back and be like, well, part of the trip is indulging in the food. It's like, Disney food ain't good for you. Neither is Universal. Let's be honest. It's really bad for you. It's sugar. I think a lot of their food is like genetically modified. It's not good for you, the food. It's like, I think it's quite frankly affecting people's appearances and everything. And you don't need to indulge that much. And if it's like, oh, well, I'm going there for the food. Well, it's like, if you're going to Disney just for the food, I mean, I've seen those blogs where it's like criticizing people like me. It's like there's people that say Disney food is awful, and then they'll show images in order to refute people like me. See, look at the horrible, disgusting food. And I'm looking at the images and I'm like, yeah, it kind of looks really gross. You don't need to eat a giant hot dog with macaroni and another hamburger lying on top of it and just somehow suck it all down and see how you can eat it. No. Okay, so I'm not telling you have to eat seaweed, but you know, you don't need to stuff your face. Okay, so I feel like that's what a lot of Disney bloggers are telling you to do. Yeah. So yeah, just bring your own food. Bring your own food the most you can in order to try to cut down. Share portions. A lot of people aren't going to like that. They're like, I need 10 portions. Okay, so yeah, bring your own food. Sorry, it's controversial. I know telling people not to eat 10 hamburgers in one sitting is controversial, but you know, that's Disney for you. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video, and bye. Also, the discount may not be what you think it is. Depending on if you have an annual pass or this or that, you may end up not taking advantage of the rate if you're an annual pass holder, or this or that, or another hotel that maybe one was offering a discount and the other was not. Then you're being forced to buy tickets. Maybe you didn't want to go in that day. Maybe you were tired. So it puts a lot of pressure on you. Bring your own food.
I can be away. You're up my body and let me go. You gotta let me away.